We begin the Gemara today right at the bottom of Peivav Amud Beis, right after the Mishnah. The Mishnah said there, a person writes to his wife when they're getting married, Loi neder v'shvua ein li, again, neder shvua ein li alecha. That any neder, any shvua, you'll not be obligated to make for me. So then the Mishnah goes through different scenarios, exactly how we wrote it to her. But the point is that then she will not have to make any shvua for him. So the Gemara will here discuss which shvua are we talking about that he's telling her that she will not have to make for him. Shvua mai avidite. Which shvua are we talking about that he's patering her from making this shvua? Omer Rav Yudah Omer Rav. So Rav Yudah says in the name of Rav. This goes back to what it said in the previous Mishnah before. Ala petrupia shenases b'chaye baila. This refers to the shvua that his wife would have to make if she would be a manager in the store or of his business. And then the previous Mishnah said that the husband could have her swear to him at any time that you didn't use anything for yourself. So over here, he makes a deal with her and they make an agreement that she's not going to have to swear for him. That is what it's referring to. Rav Nachman Omer Rabba bar Avuha. Rav Nachman says in Rabba bar Avuha that this includes actually another shvua as well, which we're going to learn soon in the next Mishnah. Ala pegemes ksubasa. Regarding a woman that is paigim her ksuba, which means she's admitting that part of her ksuba was paid up already. That's what pagemes ksuba means. We'll see in the next Mishnah when there's an argument between the husband and the wife whether her ksuba was paid up, and she admits that part of the ksuba was paid up. So then, usually the halacha is that she's going to have to swear that she only got that portion and not the full amount, like the husband argues. So over here, when the husband writes to her that you won't have to swear for me, this will pat to her from swearing that she got only part of the ksuba. So Rashi explains that the machlokes here between Rav Yudah Omer Rav and Rav Nachman is, according to Rav Yudah Omer Rav, this that he's patering her from making a shvua only refers to a shvua that she would have to make for him. That's usual in the marriage if she's a manager. So that's a shvua that she's obligated to make for him. But pegemes ksubasa, which is a shvua that she has to make now based on her claim. It's something that she sort of brings upon herself. Because she claims that she was paid only half, she brings this shvua upon herself. So that kind of a shvua he never absolved her from. But Rav Nachman adds and says, even this kind of shvua that's based on her taina, that she says that she got half, even this shvua, he's also patering her from when he makes the agreement with her that she should not have to swear. So the Gemara now says, also Rav Mordechai went, Omra l'shmaita kamei de Rav Ashi. And he said this machlokes here regarding the pshat in the Mishnah in front of Rav Ashi. And he asked the following question. Bishlem l'mandam ala pegemes ksubasa. The opinion that says that the shvua that the husband is telling his wife that she will not have to swear for him refers to this. When they're having an argument about the payment of the ksubah, and she paid part, and she says that she only got paid part already, so that she's not going to have to swear there. So we can understand why they made such an agreement. Why? The maska daita, because even when they're just getting married, so she thinks to herself, Dilma mitzarcheli zuzi, maybe when I'll be married, I'm going to need some money. And where am I going to get money from? I'm going to get some money that I need from a place, from a property that was designated for my ksuba, and I'll take a little bit for myself. And therefore, so she says to her husband when she's getting married, Ksayvli, I want you to write to me, that you're not going to force me to swear that I only got paid a part of my ksuba. Because she's thinking to herself, this is something that could happen. She could be in need of money, and it could happen that she took part of her ksuba, and then later, when it's going to come to getting paid a ksuba, she's going to be forced to swear like the halacha usually is, and therefore she wants her husband to write it to agree that she will not have to swear. That's something we could expect, that she should make such an agreement when she's getting married.
Why should they want to do that?
Why should
he want to ask him to not to swear?
If he wants to get married to her, this is the only condition that she agrees. She only wants to get married in such a condition. No, this is mamish by the marriage itself. But this is the agreement they make by the chasana itself. So then, if he's making this agreement that he's getting married to this tonight. But according to the opinion that says that we're talking about the shvua that she would have to make as a storekeeper, as a manager of his business during his lifetime, and that usually she would have to swear for him, and she's making an agreement with him that she should not. So the question is, the maisav la patrupia, with a wife when she's just getting married, does she have any idea of such a thing? Could we expect that she would be thinking in the future about this, that one day my husband is going to make me a manager in the store, the Amra Lei, and therefore she says now to him, Ksovli, Deloy Mashbasli, write to me that you're not going to make me swear about the store, that I'm going to be the storekeeper. Why is she at this point thinking about a store and being a storekeeper? Why? So it doesn't make sense that we should expect this to be written at the time when they're getting married. Taisus here points out, even though you could theoretically say that the husband and wife are making this agreement that she should not have to swear maybe after she got married and after she became a storekeeper, but not maybe they didn't make this agreement lechatchila. But Taisus says in the Mishnah, when it says kasav la neder shvor en li alecha, it's mashma that this is speaking even about when they're getting married and then they're making this agreement. So why would she be thinking about such a thing at that point? Amalei, so Rav Ashi answered Rav Mordechai and said as follows: Ato nahamas nitala. You learned this machlokes regarding which shvuah the husband is telling his wife she wouldn't have to swear. So you learned it regarding the reisha of the Mishnah, and therefore you have the question: why would a wife be thinking about the store that she would be a storekeeper then when she gets married? But anan we ahamas ninan. We learned that regarding the reisha of the Mishnah, there's no machlokes. Everybody in the reisha of the Mishnah would agree that the point that the husband is telling his wife is that she will not have to swear in a case where she got part of her kesubos. She claims she got part of her kesubos. That's what it's referring to. And she's thinking about that when she's getting married. What's the machlokes I learned about this Mishnah? I learned in the seif of the Mishnah machlokes. What did it say in the seif of the Mishnah? Holcha mikeva baila lebeis avia. After her husband passed away, she went straight from the Beis HaKvares back home, or even if she went back to her husband's home, to her father-in-law's home, but she does not become the manager of any of his properties or of any of possessions that he left over. So the Yarshin cannot have a swear about anything, because from whatever was before, she already has an agreement with her husband that she will not have to swear. And from after the burial, she did not take care of anything. She's not involved in any of the properties anymore, so she doesn't have to swear. Then the Mishnah said, if she does become the apotropos, she does become the caretaker, the manager of the possessions of the properties of the father after he passed away, then the Yarshim could have a swear about what she's doing from now going forward, because now that agreement she made with her husband that she will not have to swear is not relevant anymore, because now these properties belong to the inheritors. It's a new ownership. So for this she'll have to swear. But she will not have to swear for what happened before in the past, because again, for the past, that she already has an agreement with her husband from before that she will not have to swear. This is the quote from the Sefer of the Mishnah. Now, so Rav Ashi is saying it's regarding this Sefer that I learned the machlokes. She'ovar maya vidite. When it says here that she does not have to swear for the past, what exactly is considered to be the past? So here there's a machlokes. Amar Rav Yehuda Rav Yehuda said in the name of Rav, ala patrupius shenasas b'chaye abal. If she was a manager, a storekeeper in the life of when the husband was still alive, for that she does not have to swear. That she has an agreement with him not to swear. Aval, bein misa lekvura, anything that happened with any of the properties between the husband's death and his burial, mashbin law. For that, she will have to swear. If she was the one that was arranging the burial, she was taking care of different things until his actual burial, she is going to have to swear that she did not take any money for herself, or that she did not do anything that she caused a loss for the money at that for that time. Right, so according to the interpretation of Rav, she'avar means only when the husband was alive. From the moment of after he passed away, she will have to swear. But then afterwards, if after she leaves from the Beis HaKvaris, if after the burial, now she's not anymore handling any of the husband's possessions, so from then going forward, she will have to swear for the Yisayimim as well. But Rav Masna said, Afila be misa lekvura loy mashbina lo. Once the husband passed away, between his death and the kvura, she doesn't have to swear that she didn't misuse the money at that point either. Even though the husband's not alive anymore. So the agreement she made with her husband that she won't have to swear for him is not in effect anymore. He passed away already. Now she's taking care of the matters, handling the kvura and so on, but still she will not have to swear for that point. And why not? The Omri Nerdoi, because Nerdoi said as follows: Lekarga, if you have to pay off taxes, head tax, for Yisaimim, or Lemizayni, or you have to feed the children or feed the wife, and therefore you have to sell properties in order to get them money to feed them. Or if there's properties from a person that passed away that you have to sell in order to pay for his burial, we allow to sell these properties even without the usual steps and the process, the way it's done. Usually you have to announce and make sure that you get the proper, you do it in a proper auction and you get the proper value that you deserve for these properties. But over here, because these are things that have to be paid right away and you can't wait, so Chachamim allow that it should be sold without the proper announcement. So too regarding a wife that has to very quickly take care of her husband's burial, we're not going to be particular with her and have her come back to us and swear that she didn't misuse a penny of this, because it could be impossible. She's trying to do this as quickly as possible, and it's going to be possible that she didn't mishandle the money to some extent, and therefore we don't force her to swear for that point. Amar Rab Chia. Abba said in the name of Rab Chia. So here we're going to have a bunch of different opinions regarding what exact language is used when the husband makes this agreement with her that she does not have to swear for him. So he says as Delay neder or delay shvua. If the husband says to her, no neder, no vows on you, and no shvua upon you, so then any yachal hashbia, that's an expression that means that he cannot have her swear. Aval yarshim hashbia. With this expression, the inheritors could still have her swear. Naki neder, naki shvua. If he uses an expression, he says you're absolutely clean from any neder or any shvua. So then beinu ben yarshin mashbi naisa. Then this expression includes the inheritors as well. Not the inheritors will be able to have a swear. Because hachikamala, this is what he meant to say to her. Menakis mishvuasa. You will be completely clear from any shvua whatsoever, not only from me. Rav Yosef Amar Rab Chia. Rav Yosef said in the name of Chia differently. Delay neder, delay shvua. So if he says this expression, no neder and no shvua, he can't have a swear. Aval yarshim hashbia naisa, inheritors could have a swear. Naki neder, naki shvua. Beinu bein yarshin mashbia naisa. So actually, this expression means that both he, the husband himself, and the yarshin could have her swear for them. And the reason is because hachikamala. This is what he meant to say to her when he said naki. Naki means naki nafshech bishvuasa. Clear your soul. If you want to clarify that what you're saying is true, it's going to be with a shvua, not without a shvua, but with a shvua. Another opinion on this, Shalach Rab Zakkai Lamar Ukve, he sent the halacha to Mar Ukve as follows: Bein the loy shvua, whether he said to her no shvua; Bein the naki shvua, whether he said to her clear with a shvua; Bein the loy neder, or it said no neder; Bein the naki neder, clear with a no neder. If he says bin nichosai, this is in my possessions. So then, because he said in my possessions, hu en yachal ashbia, he can't have a swear of a yarshim ashbia naisa. The yarshin could have a swear. Min chasaya elain, if his agreement with her is from these properties, not saying my properties, but from these properties, then beinu ben yarshavei mashbia naisa. In all of these languages used, so not the inheritors could have a swear. Another opinion, Amar Rav Nachman Mashmol Mishum Abishal ben Ima Miriam. Bein delay shvua, whether he says no shvua, bein denaki shvua, whether he says you're clear from a shvua, bein delay neder, bein denaki neder, bein menachasai, whether he says from my properties, bein menachasai ilain, from these properties, beinu, vein yarshav, in all of these different expressions, whether it's him, whether it's the inheritors, mashbi and Isa cannot have a swear. But after all of this, he adds and says, regarding the Yarshim, she will have to swear if she wants to collect money from them. Because of Avuma'asa, what should I do? Shaharei Omru Chachamim, the Chachamim already said, they instituted. Habal, Lipara, Menichsi, Yisaimim. Anytime a person wants to come and get paid from the properties of the Yisaimim, Lo Yifra Ela B'Shvua. He could only get paid if he swears that he's owed this money. So basically, this Abba Miriam, who's this over here? Abishal ben Ima Miriam, that is. He's arguing with the whole halacha that it mentioned already in our Mishnah. In our Mishnah said that a husband could make an agreement with his wife, that not only she won't have to swear for him, but she won't have to swear for the Yarshim. But here, he's saying in the name of Abishal that for the Yarshim, there's a separate Takanas Chachamim, that no matter what, whenever you collect from Yisaimim, we don't want people to take advantage of them, so you do have to make a Shvuah. The Gemara brings the same thing, but just with a little bit of a different version. Vekad Amri la masnita. Others say that this was said as a braisa. Not Shmuel said it, but this was in a braisa. Rabbi Shal ben Ima Miriam Ama, bein de loy shvur, bein de naki shvur, bein de loy neder, bein naki neder, bein menachasa, bein menachasai ilain. All of these expressions, bein hu, bein yershav, emash biyanai. So really, as far as the agreement itself is concerned, Nadi or Nada, the inheritors, should be able to have a swear for them. But what could I do? That there's if a person is getting paid from the Yisayimim, you must make a shvuah. Amar Rav Nachman Amar Shmuel, halacha keben ima Miriam. The halacha is like Abba Shaul, the son of Ima Miriam, that you're going to have to swear when you come to collect from Yisayimim. This is what mentioned before, the case of hapegemes ksubasa. A wife that's paigim the ksubah, which the Mishnah will spell out in a moment what this means. She's getting paid her ksubah, she must make a shvuah first. Another case, eid echad me'idashi perua. If there's a single witness that comes and says your ksubah has been paid up already. Also, she could only get paid her ksubah. She claims she did not get paid. She'll have to swear for this. If she's getting paid from the possessions of Yisayimim, or Minachasim Mishubadim, or she's getting paid from somebody that bought the properties. There's a lien on the properties, but someone bought these properties from her husband. Or Shalei B'fanav, she's getting paid from her husband's properties and it's not in his presence. He's here, he's not here, he's out of town. She has to get paid only after she makes a shvuah. So the Gemara now, the Mishnah that is, will explain all these different cases. Hapegemes ksubasa, a case of a wife that was paigim or ksubah. The word pegemes literally means she blemishes. She did the ksubah. What does this mean? Keitzat. Haisa ksubasa elav zuz. The ksubah, the full ksubah, was in the value of 1,000 zuz. V'amallah, the husband says to her, his kabalta ksubasech. You got the entire payment of your ksubah. V'hiyay matters, she argues and says, Lo yaskabalti elamon, I only got 1 month of my ksubah. Tifra ela b'shvuah. So she could only get paid with a shvuah. And the Gemara will explain, this is a takana midrabana, the Gemara will explain why. Another case, the second case the Mishnah said, Eid echad midashi perua, an Eid echad comes and says that the ksubah is paid up. So Keitzad, what does this mean? Haisa ksubah selav zuz, ksubah is 1,000 zuz, v'amallah, and the husband says to her, Skabalta ksubasech. You got paid your whole ksubah. V'hiyay meres, the wife argues and says, Lo yaskabalti, I didn't get paid at all. V'eid echad midashi perua, and one Eid testifies that she got paid. Lo tifra ela b'shvuah, so she could only get paid her ksubah if she will swear that she didn't get paid. Minachasim mishubadim, properties that were sold to someone. Keitzad, what's the case? Machar nechasav la'acherim, the husband sold the properties that were mishubad, there was a lien on these properties for the ksubas. For the ksubah that is, and he sold it to someone else. She's getting paid from the buyers. She wants to confiscate these properties. She has to swear for this. Same as minichse yisaimim, from the yisaimim as well. Keitzad, meitza, that is v'hiniach nechas of the yisaimim. He left his properties for the yisaimim. V'nifras min yisaimim. She's getting paid from the yisaimim. Leitifra ela b'shvuah. So she has to swear before she collects from the yisaimim. Shalei b'fon of keitzad. Similar, if she's collecting from the properties and the husband is out of town. Halach leila medina sayam, if the husband went overseas, v'inefras shalei b'fanav, and the husband divorced her, and now she's getting paid not in his presence. And in nefras ela b'shvuah, she only gets paid if she first swears that she deserves this ksubah. Regarding these last 3 cases here, which are basically all the same point, that she's getting paid from her husband the money of the ksubah not in his presence, so Rashi brings that the basis for this is what the Gemara says in Masechta Shavuos, that b'chlal, any time you're collecting a loan from somebody, the person that owes you the money has the right to turn around to you and say, I want you to swear to me that I didn't pay you this loan yet. If he demands of you that you have to swear that you didn't pay him yet, even if you have no proof that you paid, if you just demand, before I pay you, I want you to swear to me that the claim you make that I owe you money is true, he's going to have to swear. So therefore, in all these cases, when you're collecting the loan, or here the ksubah, not in the presence of the husband, so the Bezdin will taina this, as if the husband was here, that she has to swear before she collects this money. That's the basis of this halacha. The Mishnah continues, Rab Shimon said, and he's coming to argue, Kolzman shehi tevas ksubasa, whenever she is demanding her ksubah, hayarshem mashbiya noisa, the yarshim could have a swear before she collects. Vim eina tevas ksubasa, if she is not collecting a ksubah, eina yarshim mashbiya noisa, then the yarshim cannot have a swear. So it's not clear exactly what Rab Shimon is coming to say, what he's coming to argue about. The Gemara will explain this, so we'll wait for the Gemara. Zok the Gemara, Savar Rami Bar Chama Lemeima. Rami Bar Chama thought to say, what's the pshat in this halacha of pegemes ksubasa? A wife that admits that she got paid a part of the ksubah, that she has to swear if she wants to collect the rest. So Rami Bar Chama thought to say, Shvuah Dairaisa. that this is a shvua that she's obligated to swear minat Torah, and this is known as the shvua of Moed b'miktsas. Why? The katan Messiah. The husband claims, I paid you the full ksubah, which is usually 200 zuz. The kamayda la b'meya, and she's admitting that she got paid half. So if so, she's admitting part of this taina. The husband says you got fully paid, and she says only half. So this is the case of Moed b'miktsas that we already learned earlier here in the Masechta. That's one of the shvus minat Torah. When you admit to a part of the claim, you have to swear. So that's why she has to swear in this case. So Rava responded and explained that's not the pshat of this shvua. Shtei tshuvas b'dava, and there are two answers, two reasons why this is not a shvua minat Torah. Chada, the first reason is Kol nishban shebetayre, nishban v'loy mishalmin. All those different shvuas minat Torah. There are three different cases that you swear minat Torah, and always a shvua minat Torah is when someone is demanding payment from you, and you are trying to stop. You don't want to pay, and so you can swear and not pay. That's the way a shvua minat Torah works. The way it is usually by a moed b'miktsas. Someone's demanding from you $100, and you say I paid $50. So you're trying to stop payment. Then that's the shvua minat Torah. But over here, over here, she's swearing in order to collect her ksubah. So that's not a shvua minat Torah. V'oid, another reason why this can't be a shvua minat Torah, ein nishban al kfiras shibud karkais. You don't minat Torah, you don't make a shvua when you're denying something regarding a lien that there is on a property, something that relates to karka. This is learned from a pasuk. The Gemara learns out from a pasuk that a shvua minat Torah is only regarding valuables or money or movable items, not regarding karka. By a ksubah, the entire shibud of a ksubah is all on karka. So therefore, this is an argument between husband and wife regarding a shibud and the karka. So this is no shvua minat Torah.
No hila.
So therefore Rava says midrabanan over here. This is Chachamim instituted that she has to swear for this. And what's the reason? Because the nature of people is as follows: the para dayik, a person that pays, is very particular. He remembers exactly what he pays usually. The mifra loy dayik, a person that gets paid doesn't remember as much exactly the amount of what he got paid. So therefore, when the husband says, "I paid you fully the ksubah," we sort of rely more on what he says, that he probably paid it to her fully. And when she says she only got paid a part or half, so we don't necessarily fully rely on her. So therefore the Rabbana placed a shvua upon her. So now that she has to swear, she'll be more specific. She'll think this over to be clear to herself, did I actually only get paid this amount that I claim I got paid? The question was asked regarding this shvua. What's if she comes and says, I only got paid half of my ksubah, and she brings edim that she got paid that amount? So in such a case, is it also going to be the halacha? And the husband says, yeah, I paid you that half with these edim, but then on another occasion, I paid you the other half as well. So over here as well, are we going to say that she still is going to have to swear that she only got paid this part? So do I say, do I say, if it's true that he paid the other part, just like he paid the first part with edim, as we see here, and he claims on another occasion he paid her the other part, he would have had edim for that as well. If he has no edim that he paid her the other part, so then it's logical that what she's saying is true, and she doesn't have to swear for this. Or perhaps no, the fact that one part there are edim that he paid her is no raya that he didn't pay her the other part as well. Dilme isramuye isramile. Maybe it just happened to be that there were edim present when he paid her the first part of the ksubah, so there's edim for that. The husband never brought those edim, and for the other part of the ksubah there were no edim there, and he paid her that as well. So therefore, we don't have any more of a reason to believe that what she's saying is true. So therefore, she still should have to swear like every case of pegemes ksubasa. Toshema, so the Gemara brings a braisa that seems to say this very clearly. The braisa there says as follows. So this is maybe actually a mishnah in Masechta Shvuos. So there it says as follows: Kol nishban shebetayre. The rule we said before, the shvua minat Torah is nishban v'loy mishalmen. Those are cases where a person is swearing to not pay. But ve'elu nishban v'noitlen. The following Chachamim instituted that you swear, and then with the shvua you can collect. And what are they? Hasachir, a worker. There's an argument between the worker and the person that he worked for, the owner. He says, no, I paid you already. He says, no, you did not pay me. So the sachir can swear and collect payment. Hanigzal, a person that someone stole from him. And the case over here is somebody walked into someone's private house, and you see him walking out and he has something under his garment. And the owner of the house says, hey, you stole something from me. He says, no, I didn't steal anything. What I'm taking is mine. So because we see over here that he took something, it's very possible that he actually took something from this person that doesn't belong to him. So the owner could swear and have him pay. V'hamnechbal, somebody that got bruised, that got harmed. You walk into someone's house and you walk out with a black eye. And the person in the house says, I didn't touch him. He just walked in and somehow he bumped into the pole over here. So if you swear that he's the one that hurt you, he's going to have to pay you. And in a situation where there's a din Torah and one person has to make a shvuah to pater himself of paying, but he can't. When we know for a fact that this is a person that we're suspicious that's going to swear falsely, we don't allow him to swear, then the other baldin against him is the one that has to swear, and he has the right to swear and then collect money. And the last case is, the case of Chenveni al Pakasai is when you have a person that has a storekeeper, that he has an account by the storekeeper that he buys by him, and he pays up eventually the account that he has. And this person had workers that he owed money to. So he tells the storekeeper, let these workers go and buy food by you and put it on my account. And now the storekeeper comes and says, yeah, I allowed your workers to take food from my store, and now you owe me money for what I paid them or what I allowed them to buy in the store on your account. And the workers come and say, never happened. We never got anything from the store over here. So the halacha over there is that both the storekeeper and the workers could swear against this person. The storekeeper will swear, I gave these workers what you told me to give them, and the workers will claim, no, we never got anything, and they'll both collect from him. In all these cases, the chiddush of the shvuah is, what's usually the halacha regarding any money matter? The halacha always is, if you want to take money out of your friend, you're going to have to bring a raya, and a raya is usually with edim. You can't just swear and collect money. But in all these cases, because there is a certain reason to believe that you're owed the money, so therefore, if you just swear, you're able to collect the money. And the case that we're speaking about over here, and a case where a person says regarding a shtar, that part of the shtar was paid up, and the Mishnah there adds, shaloi be'edim. And there's no edim that are saying this. You're saying that you paid up part of it, and the other person says he paid you up fully, and you say only part, and there's no edim to back you up. So this is the raya for the question that we asked. Shaloi be'edim in. So the Mishnah is clearly saying that only if there are no edim saying like you claim. But be'edim loy. But if edim are backing up what you said, that you got paid up that part, so then we're not going to say that for the other part you're going to have to swear. So this is, even though it's possible you got paid up the other part as well, you don't have any edim saying that you didn't get paid up the other part. But once there are edim saying that you got paid up this part, you don't have to make a shvu on the other part. But the Gemara answers and says there's no raya from that Mishnah, because actually there's a svara to say the exact opposite. Loi mi boye kamar. I can tell you that when that Mishnah says that it was without edim, and therefore you make a shvuah, that's actually a chiddush. And loy mi boye, but then the reason is as follows: loy mi boye be'edim. Needless to say, in a case where there are edim that are backing up that say that you got paid that portion, the vada tzricha shvuah over there, most definitely you will have to swear that you didn't get paid the other part that the other person claims he paid you. Avol shaloi be'edim ein metavi k'meishav aveda. If there are no edim that you got paid up anything, so then there's a svara to say that you should not have to swear at all because you're like a meishav aveda. Meishav aveda is a person that's returning a lost object. So over here as well, someone comes and claims that he paid you up this full shtar, or by a husband. The husband claims to the wife, I paid you up the full ksubah. This person has no raya whatsoever that he paid it up. The wife is holding the ksubah in her hand. She could very easily claim, you paid me nothing. And she goes and volunteers, so to speak. She's admitting on her own. Nothing's forcing her to volunteer and admit this. So this is like giving back a lost object. The husband had no raya for this. So in such a case where she's giving something, or she's admitting to something that she did not have to, there'd be a strong svara to say that for the remainder that she claims she still owed, she should not have to swear. V'tishka b'lo shvuah, so she should take the remainder without a shvuah. Right, so this is a bigger chiddush over here that you have to swear. So kamash malon, so that's a chiddush that even in such a case you have to swear as well. Okay, so therefore there's no raya from this Mishnah. Now, another question the Gemara asks: Iboya lahu hapigemes ksubasa paches mishava prute mau. A wife that comes and says, I got paid up the money of the ksubah, but she doesn't claim that she got paid up this money all at once. She says to the husband, here I got a little bit of money from you, here I got a little bit. She's saying we were married for 10 years, and over the 10 years, little by little, you paid me small increments of money, even less of a shava pruta, and together it came out that I got paid from you $50. So Mahu, what do we say in such a case? Does she still have to swear that she's owed the rest of the Kesubah? Why not? Mi amrinon, do I say, even the Kadaika Kula Hai, we see how particular she is. She's so careful, she knows exactly how much he gave her and every day, and she puts it all together. So Kushta Kamra, this itself is the raya that she's saying the truth. Right? The whole svara the Gemara said before was that when a person gets paid, they're not so particular in how much they got paid necessarily. But over here we see how particular she is. Or perhaps we can't use this as a raya. Dilme rumi kamarme. Maybe she's just deceiving us. She wants to look honest, so she's saying that I got paid this amount and that amount. So she's just deceiving us. So we can't trust her. Teiku, this is unresolved. Ibayalu, another question. Pechases Kesubos amau. What's if her argument is not that she got paid up a portion of the Kesubah, but her argument is that the Kesubah in the first place was less than what the husband claims it was. The husband says that the Kesubah was 1,000 mana, and she says no, the Kesubah was half of that amount. So she's saying that the whole Kesubah in the first place was less. So Mia Mirin and Haina Pegemes. Is this the same as saying that she got paid up part of the Kesubah? Or perhaps Pegemes Maide B'Miktsas. Pegemes is a Maide B'Miktsas, and this goes back to the svara that the Gemara said before, as Taisus explains. The svara the Gemara said, when you get paid, you're not necessarily medayik how much you got paid. You don't necessarily remember how much you got paid, so therefore there you have to swear. But like a Maide B'Miktsas. Over here she's not being Maide B'Miktsas. She's saying, I got paid nothing, but the amount of the Kesubah originally was less. So maybe here she does not have to make a shvua. So the Gemara brings a raya. The Braisa says, Toshama Pechasas. In the case where she says the Kesubah originally was less, Tifra Shaloi B'Shvua. She actually gets paid that amount without any shvua. Ketzad. What's the case? Haisa Kesubasa Elav Zuz. The Kesubah was, she has a Kesubah in her hands, and the Kesubah says it's 1,000 zuz. V'amallah, and the husband says to her, Kabalta Kesubasich, you got paid the whole entire Kesubah. V'ya meres lois kabalti, and she says, no, I did not get paid any of the Kesubah yet. Ve'ena ela mana, but then she says the Kesubah in the first place was not 1,000 zuz, it's only 1 mana. Nefras shaloi b'shvua, so she gets paid without making any shvua. So the Gemara asks in this, wait a minute. How's she getting paid? Based on what? B'mai gavya. With what is she collecting her Kesubah, which she says now is only 1 mana? B'hai shtara. With the Kesubah that she's holding in her hands. The Kesubah that she's holding in her hands says that it's 1,000 mana. So hai shtara chasba ba'almahu. This star she has in her hands is a piece of earthenware. It's worthless because it's according to her claim, this is not the amount that she's owed at all. So how is she collecting b'chlal Kesubah? She has no star to collect her Kesubah. So Rava, that is, Berei de Rabbe, Rava said, she says there was a trust between me and my husband, that even though he's writing me the Kesubah of 1,000 ksuz, but nevertheless there was a trust between us that he's only going to pay us 100, only 100. Maybe this was by the chasana. She wanted that it should look impressive, that her husband is giving her a huge Kesubah of 1,000 mana, but really there was a trust between them that he only has to pay her a fraction of that, only 10%. And that's why she's claiming that was a much smaller Kesubah, and that's what she'll get paid.
Why should she have to swear if she wants to take less?
Again? No, because the husband is claiming that I paid you everything. The husband claims I don't owe you a penny. So for this that she still wants to take, she's going to have to swear. One more piece here, going back to what it said in the Mishnah. Eid echad me'ida shehi prua. An Eid echad says that she got paid up her Kesubah, so the Mishnah says she'll have to swear if she wants to collect. So similar to before, the Gemara says, Savar Rami Bachama Lameima, Ravi Bachama thought to say, Shvua Dairaisa, the reason she has to swear this is Minatayre. The Chsev, because by Eid echad, the Pasuk says, Lo Yakim Eid echad ve'ish l'chalavim l'chol chatas, that you can't trust the words of an Eid echad to say that a person did an Aveira, that there should be chayiv, a punishment for that. L'chalavim l'chol chatas sudeina kam. So for that we don't trust an Eid echad. Aval kamu l'shvua. But we do trust an Eid echad that when an Eid echad says something regarding a money matter, you're going to have to swear against him. V'amamar, and the master explained about this. Kol mokim shashnayim mechayv noisim mamin. Anytime if 2 edim are testifying, you're going to have to pay. Echad mechayv shvua. So if one testifies, you're going to have to swear. So over here as well, 1 eid is testifying that she got paid the full Kesubah, so she'll have to swear to collect the rest against the Eid echad. So again, Amar Rava responded and said, no, this is not a shvua min atayra. Shtei tshuvas bedavar. There are 2 answers for this. Chada, number 1, kol nishban shebetayra nishban v'lei mishalmin. Usually the shvua min atayra, you're swearing in order to pati yourself from paying. You're not swearing in order to be able to collect money. And v'hi nishbaz v'neteles. And over here, she's swearing and she's collecting. So this is a shvua min derabanan. The second point is you don't swear on a shvua that on a dentator or an argument which relates to a money being owed from a property, a karka. So therefore, so here as well, Rava said, midrabanan, you have to swear midrabanan kedei lahafiz daitoi shel baal, in order to appease the Baal. And the reason we're appeasing him over here, it's not just appeasing him. The point over here is the Baal, the husband, brings an aid to support what he says. So therefore, Chachamim were masakin that in such a case, when the husband's argument has an aid supporting him, you're going to have to make a shvua against the husband.